the island of Singapore belonged to Johor, and it is now joined to that state by a picturesque causeway, which was opened in 1924 and is regarded as one of the engineering achievements of the 20th century. This important causeway also provides a connecting link between Singapore, the Malay states, and Siam, making it possible to travel by railway train from Singapore to Bangkok, a distance of over 1,100 miles. Driving over the causeway into the independent state of Johor, we arrive at the capital city, known as Johor Bahru, with a population of over 20,000 inhabitants, living and looking very much the same as their neighbors across the causeway. In fact, outwardly at least, Johor Bahru to us is merely a continuation of the oriental sections of Singapore. Although the rickshaw is usually associated with the Orient, it is said to be an American invention, credited to a Connecticut missionary who found it to be a convenient means of transportation in the more congested areas of China. One of the unique features of the Malay Peninsula is the traffic policeman with wings. We were told that this celestial adornment was designed to save the traffic policeman from overexertion in an extremely warm climate. Generally speaking, Johor Bahru is a quiet and well-ordered little city, abounding in picturesque vistas and colorful settings. The ruling sultan is regarded as a nonconformist, with broad and tolerant viewpoints on the standards of art and living within his progressive little state. The prevailing religion of Johor is Mohammedanism, and the cathedral mosque in which the sultan officiates is regarded as the most impressive of its kind in the Malay Peninsula. The Court of Justice is another example of imposing architecture, as well as a fitting counterpart of the Sultan's good taste in the conception of his state buildings. Opposite the Court of Justice, we behold the gateway to the Sultan's palace, and just as we are about to enter, an automobile is driven out by a solitary driver who happens to be the son of the Sultan and heir to the Sultanate of Johor, a most democratic and hospitable young prince who welcomes us with a greeting in perfect English and insists that we enter the palace grounds and make ourselves at home, which we do, and the palace itself is the first object of interest to engage our attention. The Sultan, who is a bit of a humorist, told us that he no longer lives in this palace because he was literally driven out of it by curious tourists who were so intrigued by his world-famous collection of stuffed animals, as well as his gold and silver plate, that he was obliged to convert the palace into a museum.